Hey everybody, this is Wendy. This is Wendy's Parade Perfume. How is everyone doing? So I am ready. I have been spying all of my perfumes and I am so ready to wear some fall stuff. It's not here yet, but this is a little mini like pre-gaming for fall tray. Early fall being that it's still kind of hot out versus late fall when you actually get to wear a sweater or fleece or something. The other thing too is that I've been looking through my videos and I realized that half the time, I don't know why this happens, but I'm filming while my dishwasher is running or like right after I've walked my dog, and I have a pretty big dog and I can hear him like panting in the background. So none of that is going on today, and I'm going to start trying to be a little bit more cognizant of that. Also, I'm going to be more cognizant of at least listing out the order of perfumes that I talk about in the about section for the video, because usually I just talk and then upload. So I'll try to be better about all that. So thank you for sticking with me. I'm rather disorganized, but anyway, so this is kind of like for early fall when it's still a little warmer out. I just can't wait to switch. Like I'm ready. I'm done with the citruses. I'm done with the light stuff, and I want to wear something spicy and incensey and leathery and tobacco-y and all those wonderful, wonderful things. So in the category of Old Reliable, we have my beloved bottle of Estee Lauder Sensuous, which is getting a little bit well worn, but this is just spicy white floral sandalwood. Wears like a dream, perfection. I think this is kind of like a classic. Estee Lauder does a lot of classics, but I wear this every fall and I love it so much. I don't really tend to wear it in the hot weather. It wears a little bit better in the cooler weather. That being said, though, it's light enough that if you have like a hot September day, it's okay. So here's to you, Estee Lauder. Thank you for being with me for so long. In the designer category, we have Linterdit by Givenchy, the Eau de Parfum Rouge version. I got this within the last year or two, and I haven't worn it that much, but woo, this is fun. This is really different. It's really unique in my opinion. This does have like the modern Linterdit like tuberose, but it's also really spicy. It's really gingery. It's really ambery. It dries down into the, like this white floral wooded sandalwood. It's really pretty. It's really dark. It's a lot. I think that they sell this at Ulta still. They lock up all of the perfumes now at Ulta, but that's another subject. But this is definitely a test before you get it because of the unique spicy notes, but excellent for fall. Plus, this bottle is to die for. Look how red it is. It's like the old Samsara bottles. I think half the reason I like it is because it reminds me a little bit of Samsara, but look at that. That is Linterdit from Givenchy, the Eau de Parfum Rouge version. Now this next perfume I've had on my shelf for a couple years. I literally just kind of bought it on a lark from Fragrance Net. I think this is discontinued. I am not familiar with the Armani Si line. This is the only one I have, the Le Parfum. It's a couple years old and it's discontinued, but I've worn it a few times, and this is like a spicy stewed fruit, amber, boozy richness, slightly on the sweet side thing, as per the dark liquid. That's about all I can say about it, because I haven't worn it that much, but this is dark. This is like stewed fruity over amber, syrupy darkness. But yeah, I can't wait to wear this again too. And I need to get to know it a little bit better. So that's kind of also why this is going to be on my tray. That is Armani Si Le Parfum. I can't wait to wear all these. I'm trying to like clean up my little perfume hoard, and just making a new tray. In the filthy dirty category, we have Amouage Jubilation 25 for women. I finally used up, I had a decant of 10 mils, and I'm going to admit, it took me like 5 years to finish it up because this stuff is strong as hell. This is, I'm surprised anyone but me likes Amouage Jubilation because it is filthy. This is like the filthiest, dirtiest perfume I've ever smelled in my life. It's like an incense, amber, labdanum, myrrh, but it's the filthy version of that. It's like a really, really dirty version. If like Roche's Femme and Chanel No. 5 had a baby and it was just filthy. This is so dirty, but oh God, it's so compelling and it smells so good. I think I would die if I put this on in the summer. it would kill me. But fall, I'm going to be like Catwoman wearing this, man. Here's to you. Amouage Jubilation 25. And pretty much I'm just starting on this bottle because when I had the decant, 5 years ago, I was like, oh, I love this. I got to buy a bottle. And then it literally took me like 5 years to use my decant. So I've had this for a couple years, but I haven't used this particular bottle. Okay. In the incensey leathery category, we have L'Agent from Agent Provocateur. This is a huge incense. Incense rose, incense cinnamon, incense spicy. This is like the kitchen sink of all perfumes. This used to be really cheap. This used to be like a $20 perfume. I don't know if it is anymore, but it's strong as hell. It's one of the best incenses ever made. It's spicy. It's everything. It's a spicy everything perfume. And I have a backup of this too, thank God, because I think it's one of those things where it used to be cheap and now it's discontinued, and you know how that goes. But I cannot wait to wear L'Agent again. This is the only Serge Lutens version I have that's in these tall black bottles because they are like over $300 now. But this is Cuir Mauresque. So this is a little more linear than the notes would have you believe if you ever look this up on Fragrantica. I don't know. I can't tell if I like this bottle or not. I mean the actual bottle, not the juice. I don't know. Anyway, I digress. So this is like a stewed fruity, leathery, incensey perfume that it's a little bit linear. So it would get cloying in hotter weather. If it's colder out and it just kind of sits there, I don't mind how linear it is. But that being said, it's still really strong and a little bit overwhelming, so I can only wear this when it's a little cooler out. So here's one incense leather, stewed fruity, tarragon. There's just a lot. I have another tarragon perfume here too, but that's Cuir Mauresque from Serge Lutens. This is discontinued, and I don't know if this ever really got anywhere, but this is from Guerlain, and it is Lupin Arsene. And I should do a review on this. This is a really, really pretty, this is a really beautiful perfume. I think this is originally marketed toward men, but it's like a green galbanum, violet iris over leather perfume. And I find it to be very autumnal. I find it to be very esoteric. Like it just kind of puts you into that thinking mood, But yeah, a lot of incense, a lot of leather, a lot of iris in here, and it's very green. It's kind of like an extremely parts of it remind me of like a really masculine version of like Chanel number 19. But I have not pulled this out and worn this in several years, so it's coming back, and I don't want to wear it in the summertime. It's a little much, but that is Arsene Lupin from Guerlain. Oh, speaking of Guerlain, I have like 4 bottles of Guerlain Vetiver. This is just an older bottle of the Eau de Toilette. And I've always found Vetiver to be a bit of a like sophisticated note in a androgynous way. This particular version of Guerlain Vetiver is really herbal. Some people don't like this, but there's a lot of like licorice on top. There's a lot of like kitchen herbs. This is, like I mentioned, the tarragon. Guerlain loves tarragon. Even Samsara has tarragon in it. I don't know if everybody knows that, but the older bottles have some tarragon in there. But I've always found this perfume to be, number one, it reminds me of the outdoors because it gets rather like forested and piney and like grassy. And then it also it's not sweet, it's herbal, it's aromatic. So it does fall in the masculine realm, but I find it for me to be just kind of like wearing all black and be like a black outfit, sophisticated, modded out type of perfume. So that I do prefer to wear more in the cooler months, and that is Guerlain Vetiver. Although I sometimes wear this in the summer too, but this summer I just haven't been wearing it. This perfume smells like an apple orchard. That is Un Jardin sur le Toit by Hermès. And it smells like, it's really bright and pretty. But at the same time, there's oak moss in here, so it reminds me of like a little bit of a fruity chypre, and there's like a compost note. It's very pleasant. It smells like an apple that's fallen to the ground. It's starting to rot a little bit. I think that smells good. That doesn't bother me. Not that that's a big note, but still, it has that undercurrent of like rotting earth, rotting, dirty earth. But it smells like an apple orchard. So much so that it reminds me of fall, and I need, apples are fall, so I got to wear this in the fall. So that is Un Jardin sur le Toit by Hermès. Oh, do I go tobacco or do I go vintage? Let's talk about vintage. I have a really old, this bottle is ancient. This is a bottle of Gucci No. 3. It's been sitting on my shelf for years, and I just need to use it up at this point. I mean, I don't have a lot left. Back in the 70s, they loved these assertive green galbanum leather fragrances, and like Chanel No. 19, like Silences. There's a lot of them. A lot of the perfumes marketed to women were just real stark, real green, real harsh. Today, we would consider them to be very masculine. This is one of those. This is one of those green galbanum perfumes. It's like a green chypre, and it's really pretty. It's not for everybody, but I don't want it to go bad, and I've been ignoring it because it's one of those things where I'm like, oh, I don't have a lot left, and I can't replace it, but I'm just going to have to start using my shit up. So here's to you, using your shit up, Gucci No. 3 from the 1970s. This is another rather fun one. I think this is still available. This is Coty Wild Musk. Oh, Concentré Cologne. This is another slightly dirty perfume. It's like a dirty 70s perfume. Like, back in the day, those of us who are older, I remember the days where everybody smoked, everybody wore hairspray. Things were just a little bit more rough around the edges. And, we didn't have I'm a clean girl aesthetic. We had Coty Wild Musk, where like you get ready for the day and then you spray on your hairspray and go smoke a cigarette on the back deck when you're done. This is like a poor man's Chanel No. 5. There's some aldehydes on the top. It's a little powdery. It's a little musky. There is a little bit of rose and jasmine in the heart. I find this very comforting to wear. I will admit, even for me, someone that loves vintages, this is rather dated. This is like a dated drugstore perfume, but once in a while when I'm at home at night, I do like to wear this. And so here's to you, Coty Wild Musk. Oh, I have 2 Amouages on here. This is my decant of Portrayal Woman. I really like this. Not everybody does. This is a tobacco with a lot of vanilla and a lot of dirty jasmine, indolic jasmine. And then there's like this like piney alamine note in it too. I really look at this beautiful color that it's turning to. That red. I don't know. I should have bought a bottle of this when it originally came out, but I got a decant instead. But because who knows what they've done? Who knows what they've done to this in the meantime? But again, this is really heavy and like a little bit too like that tobacco jasmine. Are there any other tobacco jasmine perfumes out there? Because I really like that combination. If anybody knows of any other ones besides this, you can let me know in the comments. But I love that combination though, that tobacco jasmine combination. And it kind of dries out. It softens a little bit, becomes a little bit vanillic, but real pretty. I really like this one. And that's Portrayal Woman. And I may just kind of use it up because I don't want it to go bad, and I don't want anything like that to happen. On the lighter side, we have a perfume from Elizabeth and James that is Nirvana Amethyst. This is you can just see what they say it is. It's tobacco, honeysuckle, and cedar. And it is. It's tobacco, honeysuckle, and cedar, but it's the lighter side of tobacco. I feel like this is a very vanilla-centric tobacco. And the cedar's pretty strong too. So it's like this tobacco is like a floral tobacco, which is beautiful. This is a woody tobacco. And the honeysuckle and the vanilla add some sweetness. Add some sweetness to it. So this is really, really affordable. I cannot wear this in the summer though. This gets real cloying on me, but when those nice breezes of fall come, it's just absolutely lovely. So Amethyst from Elizabeth and James, a really solid and sweet tobacco perfume. Let's talk about fruit chilies. Fruit chilies for fall. I got 2. both discontinued and not available anymore. The first one is from Guerlain, and that is Chypre Fatale. Chypre Fatale. That's what that says, even though it's blurry. This is Guerlain's answer to Coco Mademoiselle. It's a very straightforward perfume. It has like a very heavy peach note, a lush rose, and a very solid patchouli bottom. So it is a fruit chouly all the way. But it's done in a Guerlain way. I find this to be rather refined and pretty and not garish. But yeah, this is like Guerlain's answer to Coco Mademoiselle. I don't think this is around anymore. I don't think that this is so special that you need to spend $800 on it. I got this when they were kind of dumping this on the gray market, so I got it for like $99 back in the day. But fruit choulis for fall. I don't wear fruit choulis in the, and they're kind of falling out of fashion anyway, but I don't wear those in the summer. It's a little much. They're too sticky. The patchouli is too heavy. Even for me, the patchouli is too heavy. And anyway, doing that. Even though I have Coco Mademoiselle and I really like that one too, but... the other fruit chili I am dragging out this year is Miss Dior Eau de Parfum, and I don't mean to be confusing because they make a freaking new one like every single year, but this one is from 2012. This is not the popcorn one from back in the day. This isn't the one from 2017. This isn't the one from it doesn't matter. What matters is this is from 2012. And again, classic like fruity rose, patchouli on the bottom, rose and jasmine in the heart, lots and lots of oranges on the top. Like this one is like peaches on the top. This is oranges on the top. It's really nice. And this is just a lot of fun, and I've always enjoyed wearing this. But that is a fruit chili Miss Dior Eau de Parfum 2012, which I've just always had a lot of fun with. You know, I like serious perfume, but we don't have to be serious all the time now, do we? Oh, getting to the end. These are two vanillas. Vanilla for fall. Not the biggest fan of vanilla in the summertime. Another Elizabeth and James, very solid. This is Elizabeth and James Vanilla Bourbon. This is a woody white floral, but mostly vanilla. It's a really woody vanilla. It reminds me of just being in a cabin. It's slightly smoky, so it has that like fireplace scent. I find this to be slightly more smoky than boozy. People say the word bourbon and they think it's boozy, but you know, the bourbon wood is the bourbon wood, and the white flowers are the white flowers, and the vanilla is the vanilla, along with a little bit of smoke. So it's like you're in a cabin and there's white flowers and vanilla in it, and somebody's burning a campfire outside. That's the way this one is. Very pleasant. It's a really pretty perfume. Cannot wait to wear it when it cools off a little bit, but that is vanilla bourbon. I think a lot of people have this perfume. It's popular for a reason. It's a good one. It still has a little bit of an edge to it after all these years. I don't know a lot of perfume. I don't know. There's a million vanilla perfumes out there, but I don't know of any other vanilla perfumes that smell exactly like this. This is my spoilage perfume. I have a bottle that I got a couple years ago of Oud Nude from Guerlain. Whew, this is like the dessert rose of my dreams. So, oh God, that smells so good. But, so it's rosy and it's oudy in a light way. The oud is more like a light woody incense, a sandalwoody incense. But it's like a really big rose, and it's covered in white chocolate and raspberries with a strong woody background and a big, strong incensey background. Probably oud for beginners. It's not barnyardy. It's not a complicated oud. It's not a real oud probably. But I love this. As far as sweet perfumes, this one is up my alley. Because I don't always like sweet, but way too much to wear in the summertime. But I cannot wait to break this out because this is probably my favorite dessert rose of all time, especially with like the woody incense sandalwoody background on it. I just freaking love it. I love this. A lot of people did not like this when it came out and they gave it a hard time, but I am not one of them. Okay, so these two are perfumes that are newer to my collection. One was on when I told you guys I broke my no-buy, I found a bottle of Amber Sauvage from Annick Goutal. This is, from what I've smelled, this is like a woody liqueur amber. But that's all I can say. from the cap, it smells amazing, but I really haven't worn it yet. I've tested it, but I haven't worn it yet. So I need to get to know this fall, and I can't wait because it's almost here. Hopefully it will be hot fall. And the last one, I don't even remember when I bought this or why. I'm not gonna lie. This is a Floriental from Comme des Garçons, and I feel like I bought this because it's a little bit like Feminine Dubois, from Serge Lutens, in that it's like this plummy, woody, floral perfume. That's what it smells like from the cap anyway. But yeah, it's like a white floral, plummy, woody perfume. But I need to actually wear it. I've only tested it. I've had it for a couple years and I've only tested it. I've never worn it. So it is coming out to be worn and used at this point. But yeah, not to end on a downer, but I kind of like this. I do like, looks like a Christmas ornament, doesn't it? Could you imagine a perfume tree that all the ornaments are like little perfume bottles? That would be really cool. But that is Floriental from Comme des Garçons. And that's it. That's probably about 20. I'll watch this and I'll write them all down and I will put them in the description box as far as what order I went in, since I don't do any captioning on here. So are you dying for fall like I am? What are you spying to wear? This is my pregame tray for fall. There's going to be an actual fall tray when it's actually cold out, if we get any cold this year. But this is what I'm looking forward to. And I hope you are well. Happy Labor Day next week. And let me know what you're looking forward to. And if you stay with me for all 21 minutes and 45 seconds, I do appreciate you. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.